The brainchild of famous aircraft designer Kurt Tank, the Focke-Wulf 190 was a single-seat fighter designed with a radial engine as a counterpart to Germany's main frontline fighter, the inline-engined Messerschmitt Bf-109. The 190 first saw combat over France in August of 1941, and came as a nasty shock to the Allies, who found it superior to their own Spitfire Mark Vs in every way except for turn rate. As the war progressed, the 190 was modified to address its shortcomings, mainly a lack of high-altitude performance compared to Allied fighters, as well as its own counterpart, the Bf-109. This was achieved by replacing its distinctive BMW radial engine with a Junkers Umo 213 inline engine. This new engine was much longer than the BMW radial and required the rear fuselage to be lengthened to maintain the aircraft's center of gravity. This redesign made the aircraft faster at all altitudes, as well as making it longer, giving this series the distinctive nickname, the Long-Nosed Dora. The majority of these aircraft were of the D-9 variant, with two 13mm machine guns in the engine cowling, as well as two 20mm cannons in the wing roots. Only a handful of the D-11 and D-13 variants were produced. The D-11's armament consisted of two 20mm cannons in the wing roots, as well as two 30mm cannons mounted farther out in the wing. The D-13's armament consisted of three 20mm cannons, two in the wing roots, and a single motor cannon firing through the propeller hub, similar to the 109 series. In War Thunder, the Focke-Wulf 190 D-13 is a premium aircraft, available in the German tech tree at Era 4. In simulator battles, it has a battle rating of 5.3. The 190's greatest asset is its speed. I find it's best to use it in a hit-and-run playstyle. Climb early and set up diving attacks on your opponents, unleashing highly concentrated and lethal attacks, and then using the speed built up in the dive to escape enemy return fire. If you need to escape an enemy, you can always dive away if you have the altitude to do so. The 190 is fantastic at dives, and very few aircraft can actually follow it safely into a dive. The 190 also has excellent roll rate. You can roll around in front of your opponent and make yourself hard to hit while attempting to force an overshoot, although it can be somewhat risky. If you lose all your energy, you're going to have a hard time getting it back and getting away from your opponent, so be careful. The 190 does like to punish any mistakes you make in it. In fact, I would recommend against getting this aircraft if you haven't at least flown one of the early 190s first and are used to how they play. You are free to do as you please, however. Just keep in mind that this aircraft does take quite a bit of getting used to fly well, and it can be quite frustrating to newer players without much experience who find themselves in situations that they can't easily get themselves out of. That being said, my basic guidelines for flying the 190 are to always be above your opponent. Don't engage in a turn fight if at all possible. Make hit-and-run attacks, and if you're at a disadvantage and you're able to do so, go for head-ons. 190s are fantastic at frontal attacks because of their highly concentrated armament. The 190's cockpit also has excellent field of view in all directions, so try not to let yourself get snuck up on. Other than that, I don't think there's that much more to say about the 190. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Happy hunting.